Hey guys, what's up? This is Fan of Stuff, and today I wanted to just give my quick thoughts on the card Purify. A lot of people were bashing on it like crazy, saying, "Oh, why would you give this to Priest? It's such a shitty card. It doesn't do anything for the class. It actually makes them worse because everyone else is getting shit, while Priest just stays at the same point in the game." But after looking at the card and thinking about a lot of the different situations that you can find yourself in with the card, and the fact that I did the class challenges, and the class challenge for the card, even though the decks aren't that great, it really does show where you can use the card. It hasn't been released yet. It's in a later stage of the new adventure that's released, the party in Karazhan, but it still gave it to you in the deck, and the card itself can be used in so many situations. I really think the card has potential to be like insanely powerful. Like maybe not top tier or the best card in the game, but I really do think it has a lot of potential to do amazing. The fact that Shaman became this insanely broken class because they got a 4 mana 7/7 was huge, right? They got the 4 mana 7/7 Overload 2. It's huge, right? Priest essentially has a 2-card version of the exact same thing, a 4 mana 7/7 with a 2 drawback on the next turn. They have the exact same thing with Purify, right? You can drop Eerie Statue on turn 4. Sorry, you can drop Eerie Statue on turn 4. It's a 7/7, can't attack unless it's the only minion on the battlefield. And then the next turn, you can draw back 2 mana by purifying it, and now you can essentially attack with a 7/7, but you get to draw. So the card just recycles itself, which I think is actually really good. I think there's a lot of potential for this. Turn 2, you can drop Watcher. A lot of people have Ancient Watcher in Zulok or Handlock decks. You give it Taunt and shit. You can do things like that. You can even abuse it harder by dropping Purify on it. There's just, before people would do it with the Owl, right? You drop a 2/1 and silence it, so now you have a 4/5 who can pretty much kill anything on turn 3. You can do that with Purify. I think Purify is really underrated as a card, and people are really angry about it for what it does, but I think personally the card has a lot of potential. There's a lot of different situations where you can abuse the card and you can use it to just gain advantage. At the worst, it's a 2 mana draw 1, right? You can use it on one of your Battlecry minions to just cycle through your deck 1 card. It's not terrible, but I feel like with the right deck approach and the right possible situation, the card can actually be insane. You can use it to just, not to buff, but you can use it to sort of gain advantage early on really hard without actually using many resources, and plus because it has the draw 1, it recycles itself, which is always really good in a deck. If you have a card that recycles itself and nets you advantage, you'd always like that card. Obviously there's a lot of situations where the card is just dead in your hand off the top deck. When you're late game or something, the card would be completely useless, but there's a lot of cards like that. It all depends on how you play the deck and what you do with the deck. You have to make a deck that Purify can really work with, where you're using like Sun Fury Protectors and Argent and Defender of Arguses to give minions that normally net you negative effects because they have really good stats for low mana, right? For example, Eerie Statue and Ancient Watcher again. There's other cards too, but I don't have them off the top. I feel like Purify would really work well in these sorts of decks and can really net you a lot of advantage, where normally people think this card is just a terrible card. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. That was my quick discussion on the card Purify and why I think it's actually good, and why you can use it in actually quite a few decks and make it really good in Priest, and how it can help Priest net advantage and do well. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Fan of Stuff. See you guys next time.